That's actually a really, really quick bonfire from the last one. Drop another point into vitality. We like not dying, yes we do. Boost your defense a little bit. And so when you rest at a bonfire, you do get your Estus flasks back. You also get all of your health restored, and you refill your spells as well. But the bad thing that happens is that all of the monsters come back. So here I am re-killing these guys. Oh, you're going off that cliff. I don't even need to do anything to you. Sometimes you just get lucky. Alright, and I find a little bit of a better shield here. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that. You can just look at the stats. The damage reduction percent, that only applies when you're blocking, of course. So this one here we can see is way better against everything except for magic. And because we're not seeing a massive amount of magic users, in fact we haven't seen any yet, I'll go with the wooden shield. Even if there were a lot of magic users, I'd still go with the wooden shield. I mean, the cracked round shield you find in the tutorials, not exactly end game. So, circle around these guys. They're annoying, the Lance users, because they actually use the same strategy that I do to fight me. Which is, see, he just blocks, and he's sort of waiting for either my guard to block, or they're, in general, I think that they attack faster if you drop your guard, but because he's got a friend here, I don't want to drop my guard against him, so I just wait for him to make a mistake, and then I punish him for it. There's a kick. That kick doesn't do any damage, but it does drain the enemy's stamina, and it also knocks them forward, so you can use it to knock things off of ledges, which is really its main use. I happen to know that there's a dude waiting behind these bookshelves, or whatever those were. And over here, there is a merchant. A merchant ahead.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
So, different items that this guy's got. The big one here that you've got to get is this orange guidance soapstone. It allows you to write messages to other players and also to rate them. You can still read them, which it actually says that you need that in order to read, but that's not true. So no one really is sure, as far as I've seen, what having a message upvoted in this game does. In Demon Souls, if you got a message uprated by people, it would refill your health bar. And in this one, people aren't entirely sure, but the biggest thought is that it either gives you a humanity or it gives you an Estus flask. Both of those seem to happen randomly. An Estus flask charge, not a new item. That would be super broken.
Thank you kindly.
There he is, with the laughing, right? We feel really settled. He really makes us want to come back to his shop. So I also noticed that there was a residence key back there. So it cost 1,000 souls, and I only had 677 after buying the orange guidance soapstone. So I'm gonna go farm some souls. And I see that there's an awful lot of people here, so I'm gonna fireball down one of them. Was hoping to get both, but only hit the one. And then hack him to pieces. Now I've got another two up here. The biggest reason why I used that fireball back there is because I didn't want to deal with walking into melee range and having to fight all four of them at once. So they were rushing forward at me when I nailed them with the fireball, but a lot of times they'll play a little bit more cautious. Maybe. I don't know if I've actually seen that. That's probably not true. Find some throwing knives. And I decided that... So you need to equip these random items that you can use. So you see me toggling through at the bottom left there. And right now I've just got some souls equipped mostly. In addition to the fire bombs and the Estus flask. So I decided that I'm actually going to use one of these souls. And then equip the throwing knives. I could have just equipped the throwing knives instead of the souls. But using the souls there gives me enough to go buy that key that I want to buy. But first I go and explore here a little bit. Which, of course, drops me down to here. We'll pretend like this looks less familiar than it does. So I know that I've already explored this area. I'm just going to take care of the enemies that I have to take care of and get back to where I need to go. Talk a little bit more about this game, just in general. So I'm mostly using that side-to-side swing with the hand axe. All the different weapons in this game, even like the different types of swords, like there's katanas versus straight swords versus rapiers versus daggers. Um, and those different types all have different attack animations. So some of them are better in close quarters, and all this, sort of comes about because they swing in different arcs.
I hope you've brought
So with
plenty
the
of
hand axe, you have
tea.
the side-to-side light strike, or I don't know actually what the official game terminology is, but it's not. It's your fast attack basically. And I don't know that I actually needed to buy that residence
Oh,
key for the
thank
record.
you.
I have the master
Isn't that
key that I chose as my gift, so I think that actually would unlock the door that residence key is going to unlock down the road. But oh well, it's 1,000 souls. That's not a big deal. Right now, it seems like it's a ton, but down the road in the end, that 1,000 souls isn't going to be hurting me or anything. Decide to explore up here. Sorry, what was it? Oh yeah, all right. So the other type of attack is the fearsome attack, and you saw me do the forward fierce attack earlier. That was that big jumping strike that I did on that guy towards the start of this level. Um, but in general, at least with the hand axe, I choose not to, in general, do fearsome attacks. Just the wind up on them isn't actually worth the extra damage most of the time. Getting him a good backstab. This guy's got a little bit nicer of an axe, it looks like, than most of them. We've got a beefier guy. They just pile into this place. If you actually walk forward further into this room before fighting people, I don't even know where that firebomb came from, in all honesty. I call hacks. That one hit me because I'm bad, though. This one will match the circle strafe, and then, yeah, light them up. Anyhow, yeah, if you walk further into this room, they all aggro onto you at once, so you really want to try and keep your distance a little bit and take people out. Enemy ahead. I just said, oh no, enemy. No, I just said that maybe this room has some stuff that I want. At least has a skeleton. Well, not a skeleton, they're hollows. There are legitimate skeletons later, and if I ran into one right now, it would kill me. It would kill me dead. So knock down a few hollows in here, and check and see, and oh my treasure chest, yes. What do we get? Black fire bombs. So black fire bombs are like fire bombs, but they do more damage. Pretty typical of RPGs. Here's the bad version of this item, here's the good version. That guy got me. I'm not even mad, I'm just impressed. That was a pretty good leaping strike he did there, but I'm gonna mow down him and all of his friends, so I'll get mine. I'll get even on these guys. And what I should do right now is I should swig from this Estus flask, but I don't think I do for a little bit here. And you can see, at some point, I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but my humanity in the top left corner, it went up by 1. So humanity is sort of a second currency. It's more precious than souls, I'll say that. It follows the same rules as souls in that the humanity up there goes away when you die, and it stays on your bloodstain, so you need to come back and get it. And that's where I used my residence key to access this room. And it leads us to another treasure chest. So you need to recover your humanity. Gold pine resin adds lightning damage to your right weapon attack, but it's pretty rare, pretty valuable. So I'm not gonna be using it for a long time. Gonna need to throw a fireball at this guy, because otherwise those two other shield wielders down there are gonna own me if I go down there. Decide to explore this tower first. Crossbow to the face. I don't think that you generally actually live from getting an arrow lodged directly into your like eye socket or wherever that is, but I managed to tough it out. You can use humanity to right now I've been hollowed for the entire game, so you can use it to make yourself a human again, which makes you pretty mostly, but it also allows you to kindle bonfires for the cost of an additional humanity. If you kindle a bonfire instead of the 5 charges on your Estus flask that I've been starting with, you get 10. I look down there, there's a guy standing ominously with his back turned to me. I decide that he's going to kill me, but I make a terrible mistake of not charging my Estus flask, and I died of this barrel. Ugh. And I'm devastated. I can't go on in part 2. Ooh, and this is one thing that I really like here. This is an Uchigitna. So they show you little item descriptions as the game loads. The Uchigitna is one of my favorite weapons in this game. It's a form of katana.